Greetings, left turn addicts. We've journeyed to Kannapolis, North Carolina to Earnhardt Country, enjoyed some Budweiser and partied with Dale till the next morning. And are still paying for it. But hey, NASCAR is more of this sport than just this one family, right? In fact, why don't we head over to my state, only 2 hours and 11 minutes away from me in Pittsburgh, Indiana. Talk about a driver who didn't come from a famous racing family, and most of all was as far removed from the good old boys and outlaws of yesteryear as you could get, creating a flurry of insults and tremendous amounts of jealousy. We're here to talk about the man, the myth, the legend himself, the boy wonder, Jeff Gordon. I'm Pete the Draft Kid. Let's get to it. August 4th, 1971. Jeffrey Michael Gordon was born in Vallejo, California. His parents were William Grinnell Gordon and Carol Ann Brickford Houston, who sadly divorced William when Jeff was just 1 year old. Hence why Carol doesn't have the Gordon last name. But while a divorce relationship usually spells out the worst for childhoods, as so many movies have taught us, especially if your mom's getting with the guy she works with, John Bickford was truly the proverbial lightning trapped in a bottle, the flame that sparked the future Rainbow Warrior. John may not have been exactly like Earnhardt was to DJ, but John definitely was all about pushing his stepson to become one of the greatest drivers of all time. About 13 years of racing with a combination of go-karts and quarter midgets, even at his youngest, JG was a deer taking the bucks to school. And like when he was dominating Winston Cup Series, people wanted to find any slip-up to expose how Gordon was not as great as he was let out to be. Vallejo was just not having it seeing an underage Jeff Gordon dominate or even participate in the sport. So, it's off to the land of milk and honey, Pittsburgh, Indiana. No time for midgets. It's sprinting time for 14-year-old Jeff. Multiple championships, including at 19 years old, he was a 1990 5-time USAC National Sprint Car winner. What exactly do we have in stock for young Jeffrey? See what I did there? In stock? Get it? No? How to get paid for this job? Hey, do you smell what Rockingham is cooking? Okay, besides one half of the Alabama gang of Bobby Allison, rest in peace, the spoke himself, Tony Stewart, as the father of Ryan Blaney, Dave Blaney, blah. Jeff Gordon, of course, soon to be wrapped up in the pinnacle of candy bars that made everyone afraid to go in the water. I don't know if it's the pinnacle, I've only had one. Just like that was the number one Baby Ruth that Jeff would go on to win the pole and take home first place in the 1992 Atlanta 300, while Joe Nemechek would claim the Busch Series championship around that year. The Atlanta 300 was the race that caught the eye of Gordon's secret weapon that would cement the fans' love and jealousy for years to come. NASCAR would never be the same. Fast forward. You're the winner of the first Brickyard 400 in '94. Ray Evernham is your crew chief, and the Miss Winston Smoke Show herself, Brooke Seeley, is locking your life till death do you part. Nothing can go wrong, right? Right? Well, as many sports movies usually show us, once you hit the big time, it's kiss your parents goodbye and bring home that bacon for you and your lady. But for all the great moments, it gave fans a chance to see the new face of NASCAR on television. But Jeff also, as shown in that picture, developed a bit of a Batman Bruce Wayne complex. Jeff Gordon will be more than happy to be in television, do some memorable goofy commercials on SNL and whatnot, but Jeffrey Gordon simply wants to be alone in his motorhome Batcave, no one to bother him, no hanging out with the boys or getting in trouble with the law. And while the 90s brought in some intentional, unintentional homophobia from the united fans against Gordon, as well as 104 top 10 spanning between 95 through 99, darkness, clearly light ahead. And much like with Martha and Thomas Wayne, the death of Dale really affected Jeff. It would truly make him wake up and realize the glitz, the glamour, being away from everyone, was not really as healthy as he made it out to be. The fantasy of every young man's dream of waking up to a model every day were dashed and awakened by reality. Did he in fact get with Diana Merriman when he was already in a relationship with Brooke? Or was it simply a successful lie manipulation that Brooke had used to take Jeff to court and win like she just passed him on turn 4 of the checkered flag? Once again, the clash between Jeffrey and Jeff is what caught the fans' minds. And as when a superhero loses the people they love, the ones who say you're better than this is not you, suddenly you're more rebellious. Why should I keep playing it safe? Why don't I show them that I can have a wild side too? I'm not 90s young fresh-faced kid happy to be here Jeffrey Michael Gordon. I'm 10 plus year, 5 o'clock shadow having man Jeff Gordon, taking part in movies such as Looney Tunes Back in Action, references Bernie Mac's favorite driver in the 2005 Guess Who's Coming to Dinner remake, Guess Who, and a young Frankie Muniz hospital visit in Spin City. Even was a talking tattoo in Bromates. Jeff could do it all, man, but he was in for a back-breaking, rude awakening that even Bane wouldn't stoop to. From 2002 to 2004, the combination of wins only added up to 11. For the man who essentially took NASCAR into the stratosphere, faster than Park's redheaded stepchild Chassis, well, unless you're super pro-Dale or you're very anti-Yankee, this is definitely not what anyone wants to see in the Boy Wonder. And like Jason Todd, it would take a miracle to bring him back to life. And well, just like Jason, they both came back from the Lazarus pit, but not without having a little bit more edge, more drastic and violent, if you will. In this case, it was the spin comes to push. March of 2006 at the Food City 500 in Bristol, one spin by points leader Matt Kenseth caused Jeff Gordon to snap. In front of a very displeased Tennessee crowd, Jeff did somewhat keep his cool and say he enjoys driving with Matt, with even Kenseth saying that he would have waited to apologize because Gordon wasn't fully cooled down. In his 14 years of racing, not once did Jeff ever take a swing, let alone shove at anyone. As clean as you can get. But, maybe it's the jealousy of his youth being gone, the shaky, kind of iffy divorce, and yeah, who knows what was really going on in his mind. Only he can tell. And between 2010 and 2012, he had 35 top 10s. But as great as that is, we would see in 2012 one of the most chaotic and memorable driver bouts in Jeff Gordon and Clint Bowyer. And this time, Gordon would do more than shove. G-Unit was ready to make Clint beg for mercy. Because, well, as if Gordon and Johnson being neck and neck, only get knocked down several spots and already throwing chum in the water, the smile had finally been broken. No caution. Where is he? I'm getting his ass, Jeff said sternly. And like a Karma Deja Vu cocktail with 2 laps to go, Jeff spun Logano and Clint. With Jeff in 20th, in a battle so heated that Jim Ross say, "That was a bona fide slobber knocker. Oh my god! Boyer from behind!" But just as quickly, it was October 2016. Jeff Gordon's final race where he finished 6th at Martinsville, leaving even the fans, as well as the detractors, proud and sad to see him go. But what can I say about Jeff that hasn't been said by the fans? 93 Cup Series, compared to Dale who had 76, which allowed him in 2007 to famously fly the number 3 flag. And what better, though, to allow not just myself, but my fellow left-turn addicts say some of their piece about the DuPont God. Shut up, it's my video! Anyways, big shout out to Chris, who said this, and I quote, "The more important part of his career, honestly, was what he did for the sport. He was very media savvy, very friendly to cameras. He was the young, hot driver that transcended NASCAR. That's the interesting part. Not his stats, but who he was. It's a cultural icon, an ambassador to the sport, a media figure. He was the first NASCAR driver to have a brand. The fire suit, the Rainbow Warriors, everything about Gordon was a brand, and a very effective one. And it worked perfectly for his rivalry with Earnhardt, the old school, not fancy, dirty driver, the black car, versus the young, bright, rainbow-colored hotshot slick dude with a brand. And lastly from Elite, Gordon is badass. Couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you, Left Turn Addicts, as we get set for what is sure to be an epic 2012. Oh my gosh, the number 12 car above the yellow line, Taylor Kitchen, she's gonna take it all. Yes, she's across the finish line. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Taylor Kitchen. Boy, can she cook up some of the best online racing content on YouTube today. If you yes, you, watching at home, are a true left turn addict, then subscribe to her right now. What are you doing? She's got all the flavors: NASCAR, Formula One, and Denny Hamlin's favorite, short track racing. Link will be all down in the description below. But wait, there's more. Yes, because she also has a Twitter, which I'll also leave down below. A one-woman pit crew, reporter, motorsports marketer, and that, kiddos, is what you call a GOAT in the making. I'm Pete the Draft Kid, spinning out.